Hi, hello, hey guys, welcome to another vlog. Again, it's another week. I've kept it consistent. I'm so excited. I have been a bit consistent. I haven't completely because I didn't record a lot of the days like I did the other week. Well, like I did last week. I only got to record, I think, one day outside of today when I do the overall view of the week. But again, it's because we've had a busy week. As usual, I'm going to take you through a few things, give you some updates on the business, talk about a little thing we learned through one of our case studies, share some thoughts and ideas about how things are changing in the industry, and hopefully share some tips that are going to help you grow your business too. As usual guys, if you're enjoying this video, feel free to like, comment and subscribe. Do the notification bell thing. I never know what that is for, but I hear everyone saying it, so please go ahead. What I'm going to do is first go into the highlights of the week and show you the wonderful day I had on Wednesday with my daughter and my nephew. Let's get into it. So this week, some amazing things are happening. The team are pushing me outside. So what I mean by that is they've compiled a list of events for me. So I keep telling the team that if you let me go outside, I'm going to close sales. I'm going to build partnerships. I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. And they've now put me to task. They've compiled an extensive list of events for me to attend, some free, some paid, so they can see what I can really do when I get out there. For those that know me, they know I'm a people's person. They know we've got the People's People Network. So I'm a person who's big on networking and encourages everyone to network. So I'm actually quite excited that I've got opportunities to go out, meet new people, find new opportunities and help the business to grow. The next highlight of the week this week has been streamlining the interview process for the Africa Remote Professionals Hub. So a quick shout out to Precious, he's done a fantastic job. He's in a lot of the meetings with potential clients, so he's hearing about the demand. People always asking us on a regular basis for more and more remote professionals. But again, everybody we work with has to be qualified and certified. We're not just going to give our clients people who just show up and say, hey, I want a job. Again, these are international individuals. So what happens a lot of the time is we can't verify everything about them in terms of what's on their CV. Anyone can write a CV to me from Uganda, from Nigeria, from Zimbabwe, from South Africa, and tell me they've worked here, 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 and here, and I can't check. But if I make sure everybody's qualified, then we assess them for 2 weeks to a month to make sure they're certified, then that ensures we have people who we can trust and who can deliver based on what the clients are requesting and asking for. So the demand for this has been through the roof. Every other day we find somebody who wants another remote professional. We currently have 180 plus remote professionals within our community, and we're training a number of them. So interviews are very key to make sure we know who in the community can do what and who we can potentially align them with. So now when people join, they sign up. Once they sign up, they have to watch the training. Once they've done the first few trainings, they get an automatic email to book them in for an interview. That's been streamlined now, so we're literally doing interviews every single day and trying to put together different opportunities for people to be assessed. It's looking good, it's looking great, it's looking strong. I'm gonna share a quick case study today. So my case study today is about, we have a few clients who are building communities, but one of the things we recognize is community engagement. We're looking at how to increase community engagement. So we have a particular client who, people join the community, he's a big name, he's a big face, so they thought, yeah, the assumption was people came into the community to interact with him. But we have other communities, other people who have similar communities, but what we found was that in the other communities, there was like 100 times more engagement, simply because we decided to build the communities around community than around the person. And it was a very, very interesting thing to see that this particular community, when people joined, they had activities they can do immediately, they had things they had to do to interact with one another, and that meant that the engagement in the community was high. So sometimes people launch communities, and what you'd see is people would join these groups. It could be on WhatsApp, it could be on Go Collab, our platform, it can be on school, and when they don't see other people commenting or they see the main person posting, it just becomes another glorified Instagram feed. It becomes another glorified social media network where we are following to just get information or to be entertained. But communities are most effective, as we're seeing with our client who's getting constant posts and comments in her community on a daily basis. We're seeing that when you give an opportunity for people to interact in the community, it automatically creates an actual community. So that's been a fantastic thing to see. We're now working with 2 other clients who have communities on our platform to help them increase their engagement. And already we're seeing small but effective results from immediate changes that we've made within their communities. So that's some quick updates and case studies on how we're helping some of our clients within Ken Blu. fantastic. So, had another great day. For those who don't know, it's Kids Day today. Spent a wonderful time with the kids. So guys, today was a great day. It was technically a day off. I just decided to do a little bit of an experiment, right? And it's like, okay, cool. So you've got a team. Everyone kind of knows what they should be doing. Let's see if they can survive. So I wasn't around today. Minimal contact with the team just to see how they solve some of the problems that pop up. And boy, did problems pop up. We had like a weird system where one of our clients has been like, bank said there was a double payment and we got a check, but this is a long-standing client, so it wasn't much of an issue to look at. So we're looking into that to see if that actually happened. You know, our system is telling us one payment was taken. Their bank is saying 2 minutes were taken. We need to text Stripe, and again, the team is obviously on top of it, checking that everything is meant to be where it's meant to be. We had a few things pop up today, but again, I've not been involved. I could just peek on the Slack and see what's going on, but I tried to be away from it. Just took time to spend time with my daughter today, just fantastic time. And my brother just called me in the morning and said, hey, what are you guys up to? He's with my nephew. My nephew didn't go to nursery today, so he said, hey, do you guys want to spend some time? I said, of course, for sure. I said, defo, because again, you know, they're cousins. We're trying to get them to spend more time together. They're literally 10 weeks apart, which is crazy. So my nephew came around with my brother. We had a great time today. Went to the park. It was interesting. They were playing together. They haven't had a lot of time to spend together on their own, like playing together. Either my son is also there, who's running around and everyone's running around him, or like there's like 7 other adults just around. So they're just overwhelmed. So today was just myself, my brother, MJ and Naomi. So they're all just together by themselves. They didn't get along at the beginning, then they started to get along down the road, and it's like, it's just hilarious. Went to the park, had a great time, had such a good time. They both were upset when it was time to leave because they didn't really want to go. Naomi was in her little Lamborghini car, and she just didn't want to go. So that was good. There was work to do, but I wasn't involved. I had to get involved in one thing today, which brings me to some of my thoughts for this week. So some thoughts that I'm thinking about in regards to business and business development. And what I'm thinking about is like how important it is to look towards doing the best you can for your clients. And that sounds really obvious, right? It sounds like a basic thing, but I think a lot of people neglect doing what's best for their client in pursuit of making as much money as possible. That is the age-old business issue, isn't it? That's like a very obvious, very basic business issue. But that manifested very recently in a potential client that came and approached us. Well, actually, sorry, I stand corrected. They were referred to us by another client, and we had a few meetings and we came up with strategies, and she was really keen, and she's a lovely lady, and what she's doing is really great, and we were going to help her to improve her delivery so that she can scale what she's doing and deliver, because she's doing it by herself and it's a bit unclear, it's a bit clunky. So we wanted to clean it up and make sure that she's able to deliver at scale. So have a plan to outsource, have a plan to build a team, and also simultaneously we were planning to help her with the sales process to improve her sales. So she actually, I stand corrected, we were hoping to help her get proper sales. So she was doing a few things that were getting great responses, great interaction, great engagement, but not enough sales. It was basically turning that engagement into actual sales by making sure that what she's offering is a clean and clear service with a clear result. So we had a plan, we had a strategy, and we presented to her the price. And ultimately, the amount she had to invest wasn't the amount she was willing to risk, because she basically concluded by telling us it's not that deep. I think that's the best way to put it. For her, it was like, yeah, I don't necessarily want to build this that much. I'm happy to just kind of let it flow, and then if something pops up, it pops up, but I don't really want to invest in it. Now, the initial kind of response she gave was, oh, this is too expensive. But here's an important thing. Often when something is too expensive for somebody, they mean, I don't see why I would pay this much for one of two things, either for what you're doing or for what you're going to give me. Now, if it's for what you're doing, it means they do see the value in the result, but maybe they don't believe that you or your team or, you can do the job to the level that they need it. That's one problem. The other problem could be, I believe you can do it, but I don't actually want the result that much. And I used to be involved in women's fashion. I had a business that I partnered with somebody, and we were running a women's fashion brand, and we were selling women's shoes and accessories and so on and so forth. We would sell these shoes, and some people were willing to spend £300, while other people didn't want to spend more than £30 for the same item. And a lot of people would say it's too expensive, and other people would say, oh my gosh, I think our average cost of the shoes was £70 to £100. And some people would be like, £70, this is a bargain, oh my gosh, I want one. Other people would be like, £70, are you crazy? And it was the same product, but the price was based on the value they saw in what we were offering. So essentially, this lady that I'm talking about, for example, today, when we got down in conversation, what she basically said is, I hear the result you're trying to give me. You're trying to give me a business, but I actually don't really want a business. I just want to see if this thing can turn into a bit more money. I'm actually happy with my situation, with my setup, with my contracting job. I'm kind of happy with that. She basically said, I don't really want to invest more into this, or let me rephrase that, I don't want to invest that much into this even if it can make me more money, because I actually don't want my situation to change. What many people might do, because she was willing to pay for something. There were services that we have that were much cheaper that she was willing to pay for because she thought it would be helpful. But when we analyze her situation, what we want for her, what we do as a business, requires a lot more than she was asking for. So let me give you a bit more practical example. We provide strategy. We can provide you strategy to help you deliver. We can provide you strategy to help you sell, or we can provide you strategy to help you build. Those are 3 different areas of your business that are important to focus on in order to help you with your business growth. We do a strategy only service, which is a much cheaper than strategy and implementation, which is what we also do. Strategy only is usually ideal for clients who already have a team who are able to implement, because why would I charge you for implementation of a social media strategy when you have a social media manager, you have a graphic designer, you have a videographer? Like, you don't need anything from me per se to help you to implement. We can come in and we can give you the strategy, we can give them the direction on the content, we can tell them, how to analyze the information, how to analyze the engagement, basically give you a strategy to help you grow the social media as a part of your sell segment of your business, right? So that's like how we would work. So she wanted strategy, but she didn't have the resources to implement the strategy in the first place. So I'm going to give you a strategy that you're not going to be able to implement because you don't have the resources to do so. Some people will be like, well, that's what she wants, pay for it. But I am very keen on seeing a long-term result, seeing long-term growth in every single client I work with. If I don't believe that what you are asking me to sell you is going to get you the result, I cannot sell it to you, even if you're willing to pay for it. So what was really important for me was that, number one, what I'm offering you is matching what you need according to my own expertise and my own understanding. I need to be able to stand behind what I'm offering you, and I can't say because you want something else, I'm going to give it to you just because you want it. Because again, I've seen it time and time again, the client will ask for something, you would give it to them, and it wouldn't be ideal for them, and they'll turn around and say, well, you didn't give me what I wanted, because what they wanted, the result. The method on how to get there, they think they know, but most times most clients don't know. That's why you're coming to me or somebody like me in the first place. So I don't, I said to her, I wish you the best. And again, we didn't part ways in any kind of negative way. I said, when you are in a space where this result is what you want, then please let's have a conversation. But if you don't see the value in this result for yourself right now, so rather than paying for something cheaper just because you want to have something, let's just park it for now. What I would rather is have less customers who I can have great results for than just have lots of customers on my book because they're ready to pay, but I'm giving you strategies that you can't implement because you have no resources to implement them. If I work with you, if we analyze your situation and we realize you don't have the resources and you won't get the resources yourself or pay us to provide you with the resources, I just can't work with you. What I'm not going to have and what I'm not going to encourage is people to start a process they can't finish. I think that's what I'm on this year, I'm really on it this year more than ever. If we can't see it through with you properly, we don't want to start. I don't want to start what we're not going to finish, because it's really important that the results are there and the results speak. Working this particular way, I'm finding it easier to get clients who are hungry for the growth that we're trying to offer them. Anyway, those are some thoughts and ideas that have come to me this week. Going to have a great time with my kids, going to pick up my son, wake up my daughter, throw them in their rooms, to play, to laugh, to joke, and have a fantastic day. Can't wait to get back to work tomorrow. I'm sure there's 101 things that are happening, and I'm hoping that the whole thing's not on fire. Now, I want to talk about some industry thoughts and feelings. I've been having a lot of conversations over the last couple of weeks, if not months, around business, how business is growing, and how social media and the internet, how social media and AI has really affected business. And people are often thinking about the fact that, people don't know how to use AI, they don't know how to use social media, and it goes beyond that. What we're finding out is that there's actually a generational divide in marketing. What I mean by that is, older marketing experts don't know how to connect with younger audiences. So I was having a conversation with a young man who was talking about, he works within the law field and he's being called to different law firms and different places to work to see how lawyers and law firms can engage with the younger generation, not just as customers but as employees. There is a big issue with getting people into the space of law and engaging them in the space of law, because the generations above the millennials, so the millennials, the boomers, those who are still working, who are still in that space, in that mindset, just don't understand how Gen Z thinks. And it's very evident in how people advertise to people in Gen Z, how they write their copy for people in Gen Z. There's a big disconnect. I've had 2 older gentlemen want to work with me over the last 2 weeks based on the fact that I've explained to them how marketing has changed and shifted and how we're trying to build businesses now, that they've really realized, actually, you know what, you're onto something. And these aren't men who don't know their stuff. One of them is a multi-millionaire in the mineral space. He works in mining and minerals, and he's built a successful portfolio in that space. We were talking about some other ventures he was getting involved in and how he can leverage social media and influencer marketing to kind of grow them. And while this guy is a mentor of CEOs, he's a coach for business owners, he was very quick to admit he doesn't understand Gen Zs. He doesn't understand how to connect with them in the marketing space. And technically, he's not running his own ads or doing his own marketing, so he's not trying to. But he was aware that the people he has in place don't know either. There's a lot of space for younger marketers, younger minds in the marketing and the advertising space to help businesses leverage and grow in the new landscape we're all trying to navigate. Quick tech tip to help you as you're building your business is to systemize your payments. Now again, a lot of people are sending out invoices as and when, but one of the things that we've done in our business that's really helped is we've systemized our payments on 2 levels, right? On one level, there's auto collection on our invoices. So we send you an invoice 3 days before. We send you an invoice 7 days before. We send you a reminder 3 days before. So we auto deduct from your account the day the invoice is due. Now, what that does is it means the client is aware that money's coming out, but they don't have to do anything but just continue running the business, and then they will be deducted automatically. On my side, the finance team as well as myself, we get a notification every time somebody pays. And again, it's a nice perk in the day when you're just sitting down and you see money coming in. That's just really lovely to see. Our payments go through Stripe, but Stripe sends me an email, and I'm not checking my emails all the time. Whereas using our platform, using Code Blue, we've set up a feature that allows me to receive a notification every time a payment comes through. On top of that, it gives me a notification every time a payment fails. But we've put in procedures in place that when a payment fails, an email will go out and a text to let the person know your payment has failed. Now remember, we sent them an invoice 7 days before and a reminder 3 days before. So they were already aware of this payment, so they should have made any adjustments they needed to make beforehand. But again, people are people, clients are clients, they don't always do that. So what we've had to do is we send out an automatic text and an email to let them know, hey, your payment has failed. Please adjust within X amount of days in order not to disrupt your service. But we have things on both ends for when payments have failed and when payments come through. One of the updates I want to do probably next week is when somebody has paid, I do want to send them a text to appreciate them for their payment and their service and to let them know the payment has come through. By default, the system sends them an email of a receipt, but I want to go the extra mile and send them a text and say, hey, your payment's been received. Really thank you. We really appreciate you as a customer. So there you have it. That's the end of this week's vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. I hope it inspired you to keep pushing forward in your business. And I hope you're really enjoying joining us on our journey to grow our business at Ken Blu. From me and the rest of the team, once again, thank you for joining us. Please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share, do the bell thing, and I'll see you next time.